All right, will do. Good afternoon, everyone. I do want to really quick kind of just break the ice and get to know everyone. Can you just please either type or send something real quick to tell me where you are, where you're from, just something in the message board so that I can see you guys are alive and that you can hear me. Anyone? Okay, Malaysia, wonderful. I've been there before, it's beautiful. A couple more places. Is anyone else here? Thailand. I was there for a short little bit, about 8 hours. Another Malaysia, great. Indonesia, and let's finish with one more strong one, Malaysia. All right, excellent. Well, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this then. I'm sure you can see kind of both screens, myself and my PowerPoint. We have over here Unit 2, In Search of Time. What we're going to be doing here is, first of all, I want to make sure that you guys understand I need your participation. I need your energy. I need you to kind of be part of this demo just as much as I'm kind of in it as well. If you don't communicate with me, it's going to make this kind of thing very challenging and difficult. Remember that you always learn more from failure, from trying and kind of growing from that than you do from just succeeding at everything. And I promise you that no matter what answers you give, I'm not going to kick you out or anything. And I don't bite too hard. Okay, well, today's focus for what we're going to be working with is going to start off with different types of vocabulary and vocabulary expansion, specifically when it comes to collocations to warm up with. And I know that's kind of a very challenging or difficult word at first, but really the concept behind collocations is pretty simple. And we're going to take that and implement it into our speaking. Parts 1, Parts 2, and Parts 3 today. The chapter does cover a few more things, listening and writing and reading. However, I don't think we'll quite make it there with the time that we do have. Okay, well, you guys ready to jump into this? Yes. I'm gonna take your silence as yes. Okay, there we go, thank you. Well, first of all, collocations. And you can see up here, I do have this whole puzzle piece kind of thing jumping in. What are collocations? Quite simply, collocations are going to be when you have two or more words, a couple words kind of put together, that appear together at a much higher frequency than other words. Do you know what I mean by this? Could you give me a guess or two? And of course, you can speak if you want during this time or type it in, up to you. If you have no idea, that's perfectly fine too. I just need you to say that. Boatload. Okay, yeah, absolutely. And so we use that whenever we're trying to say like there's a lot of stuff, a boatload of stuff. But meanwhile, we wouldn't really say like, actually we do use load for a bunch of other things. Let's get another collocation on here. One more from someone. We're gonna do some really simple ones at first. At the same time that I'm waiting for one, I'll just pop up with a simple one. Have a meal. We say phrases like, let's have a meal, instead of like, let's take a meal. Have is going to be the collocation that goes together, that kind of means something. A few more, just off the top of my head, come first. Yeah, okay. That actually absolutely is one. Take an exam. We will take an exam. If you make a mistake. And these words here, like have, take, make, go, they have certain words that they go along really well with more than other words. Um, Important appointment, hospital appointment. Yeah, absolutely. You guys are doing some really good ones over here. All right, I'm going to need a little bit more participation with this next one. What we have are a bunch of different words up here and we're going to put them together to see which ones do make a collocation and which ones don't make a collocation. Let's just start off real simple. What do some of these words have in common? Breakfast, homework, vacation, medicine, decision. What part of grammar is that? Nouns, absolutely. Good job, Jennifer. Okay, and some of the other ones you can see: make, take, do, put, eat, drink, are verbs. Okay, thank you. Now that you're all on board with this. Okay, what I'd like you to do is kind of grab one and another word and make a collocation for me. Drink water, yes. We'd never say eat water. Sometimes you do other things. Go water, again, doesn't make sense. A few more. And please spam the chat with this. Go as hard as you can get. Label a few of these in here so I don't have to do it one at a time. Get in trouble. Do your homework. Before I hit my finger, let's get another one. Take a bath. Okay. Of course, we have make a decision, get away. Hardly ever, I mean, don't really say do a bath, go a bath. Those are words that don't fit well. Now, the purpose of some of these collocations, and actually, let's see if you can kind of figure that out. Why do we use collocations? Get dressed. Have a drink. Yeah, those are some nice ones. Why do we use them? What is a benefit? To ask someone to do something. That might be one of the reasons, absolutely. It's to order food, yeah, and so that all works in here, but kind of what is the reason that we use a collocation instead of just a lot of words together that mean the same thing? I guess I kind of gave the answer away there. One of the things that convinced me about the usefulness of collocations is just understanding that when you get two of these words that go together, it can shorten and describe the situation much easier. For example, let's disability. Look at that word disability. If someone wants to say that the person has a disability that will last for their entire life, you could just use the collocation permanent disability. Put those together and you have your phrase that explains the same exact thing. Everyone understands it much easier, and this is kind of the usefulness of this. It's to simplify the number of words, but not the meaning, which is very helpful. It's still just as in-depth, but without as many complex, unnecessary words. Okay, what we're going to do is take this now, some of these collocations, and move on with what we have here, the verbs and the topic of today. What was today's topic? I'm sure you remember from the title, Unit 2, There's a couple. Well, yeah, there we go. Time. There you go. In search of time. But with time, there are many different collocations, and what we're going to do here are look at some of these. And I do want to get some people talking, of course. So if someone could volunteer to speak, I'm probably going to try to pull out a few people who has a working mic just to read this list. Can I get you, Jennifer? Josephine? Okay, well, there we go.
Hi.
Hello. All right, can you just read that list for me, please?
Save, spend, kill, take, drag, have, and fly.
Absolutely, you did wonderful. Now, I'm just going to have you do one more thing. Just read the very first sentence.
When does time drag?
Okay, and do you happen to know what that means? Drag.
Not really.
Not really. Okay. Well, thank you. All right. Drag is kind of that the verb that is just like to pull something along the ground. And it takes a lot of energy, a lot of stress and pressure. And so the idea of drag is the struggle of bringing it along. The collocation, time drag, would actually be when does time kind of struggle to keep going forward? You would use this to describe when it seems like it's taking forever. Time is dragging on, which could be a very boring class, or maybe like an airplane ride that you have to take 16. I mean, we can't fly anymore, but when we can fly, those 16-hour flights. Okay, I need someone else now. For number 2. See if I can call on people and get this kind of quickly. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Let's go with Cholifa. You here? I keep with the chat and the people talking. Sandy? I'm not really picky. Just in there we go. Okay. Can you go with number 2 for me? Can you read that and put a word in there?
Wait, since I lost the screen because I am using my phone. Wait.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I can read the screen and you could try to tell me what it means.
Okay, sure.
All right. We have on here, what do serious students a lot of their time doing? What do serious students spend a lot of their time doing? What does that mean to spend time?
Like use most of their time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just kind of what you do to make time go forward. It's your leisure activities, your free time, how you use it. All right, let's get another person in here real quick. Herlina? What we'll do, since this isn't back and forth thing right there isn't working, is I'll go a little bit more, but I do want some people to speak when they can. What's the answer to number 3?
I think kill.
Kill. What kind of gadgets do people use to kill time on trains? There we go. Now, kill time. Can you help me? What does that mean? Kill time. What is it to kill time? Is it to make it go slower or faster? Make it go fast. Kind of to make it go by so fast that you don't even recognize that it's even happening. So, actually, let's do these first. Last one, or next one, number 4. How can people have a good time in your city? Have a good time. Let's keep going. We're doing great here. 5. Why do computers
I think take
time? Now, things
Take,
can
yeah.
take time, but if you put take in here, it doesn't really make too much sense by itself as the allocation. Yeah, save would be here. If you wanted to say take, so why do computers take up some of your time or take time away from our lives? But as a shorter one, save time. And this would mean this would mean to save time. It's kind of doing things a lot more, let's say, efficiently or conveniently. Efficiently, absolutely, yes. And so it lets you do them faster. Last one. We have, of course, same thing, but different answer. When does time come on, chat, speak, anything? Fly. There's also only one more here. But there's that question then. Time fly? What does that mean? Goes so fast. Absolutely. It is different than kill time. Kill time means you're trying to make the time disappear so you can get to your task, so that you can get to your destination. But time fly means, of course, that you're having so much fun with the activity, that you're enjoying it, that you're watching your show, hanging out with your friends. And then, of course, before you know it, you look at the clock and it's over. All right. Let's go ahead and moving on to this next part. Taking those callocations, what we have to do, and especially when speaking in part 1 or 2 or 3, is recognize that you need to stress different parts of your sentences. If you don't stress the sentences correctly, or if you stay at the same monotonous, boring pace, you'll end up sounding like a robot, which of course is not good when it comes to your fluency of scoring high on the IELTS. So to know and recognize what parts you need stressed, let's look at this. Nouns, verbs, callocations, all of those things are stressed. What do you think is not stressed? What are some parts of speech that we don't really mention as much? A few guesses. Anyone? There's a good large amount of you people in here. Give me a few guesses. Prepositions? Anything else? Let's take a look at what I have on here. Grammar words. Some of those more basic grammar words, a, and, in, at, the, those ones are not stressed. So like when we come onto here, we have, what's your name? With, of course, what and name having emphasis, but probably a bit more emphasis on your name. Let's take this a step further. What are you studying? I'm going to need someone to speak for this next one and to give this a try with me, which is much harder. Or everyone. I mean, wonderful to kind of see the chaos of this. Few people with your microphone. Let's see if we can get a couple. Here we go. Describe how people spend their free time in your home country. And so you can see where the emphasis was put on, both in the question and in the response. We're going to go ahead and answer these questions. I might need someone to speak, though. Let's go with the third one. Can I get a volunteer to read it? Okay. I heard someone. Okay, number 3.
Do young people have the same leisure activities now as in the past?
Okay, yeah. Of course, one thing to recognize is that you don't have to kind of like rush through it. Try to put a little bit more emphasis in the areas where we're giving the stress. Do young people have the same leisure activities now as in the past? Let's do one more. Sandy?
How do you spend your free time?
Okay, absolutely, yeah. Let's get a couple answers. Let's see if we can get some people talking and participating with me, and see if we can kind of like get this going at a faster pace. I'm going to ask questions. Number 1, and I need someone to volunteer, or of course I'll just try to pick and call names. Quite simply, number 1, what are you studying? Let's see. Suthini? Josephine. Okay. What are you studying?
I'm studying English education.
Wonderful. What I would always recommend is just in general, anytime someone asks a question, to make sure you add on a little bit more. As simple as this was, that was just like a speaking part 1 question, where you would say English education, and then kind of 1 or 2 little things more about it. Let's go with this next one as well. Sandy, describe how people spend their free time in your home country.
People spend their time in my home country by watching YouTube videos, by playing football on the street, or by hang out with their friends.
All right, excellent. And so I definitely like when I could see your stress when it came to playing football, watching videos, hanging out with their friends. Excellent job there. What I would also kind of keep track of is making sure, and this comes up a little bit later in the lesson today, which if I'm looking at things we probably need to get to, synonyms and not repeating too much of the same question. Let's move forward, guys. All right, I'm sure you recognize these. Again, spam the chat, yell it out to me. What do you see here? Any of these? A GoPro, Nintendo iPad camera, oh, those are three things. I was like, where's the Nintendo iPad camera? All right, I got it. Different gadgets, a great term for those. What's this one over here? You can see the teachers using it. Digital media, iPad, camera, laptop, not quite. LCD, okay, yeah. Computer. We're going to throw in a few more words as well. This is that thing that teachers could use in the classroom to kind of write on and interact with on the giant whiteboard, commonly known as the interactive whiteboard. Nintendo Switch, and electronic games. We have iPads, tablets, a digital camera and photography, a 3D TV, or of course LCD, 4K, whatever you want to say, and of course a personal computer. We're going to take these things, and moving forward, I want you to complete this gap fill with me. Of course, let's try to knock this out, guys. Get through it as fast as we can. Number one, someone. Can I get you to volunteer? Actually, read this. Hello. Yes. Uh-huh. Okay, all right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. All right, thank you. Mm-hmm. Goodbye.